All right, thank you for having us here. We are super excited to be part of this process. I'm just going to jump right in and take you into the world of construction. Contractors, both big and small, heavily rely on their equipment. If that equipment breaks down, the job comes to a screeching halt. This is what is called downtime on a job and is the single largest cost for a contractor. To put this in perspective, a contractor in Chicago actually told us that a broken down crane had cost them $1 million for every hour that it was down over the course of 3 days. This makes the availability and the accessibility of the parts to fix this equipment absolutely crucial. However, the process of procuring these parts is super painful. A customer of ours actually told us that she was calling 20 part suppliers every week to find the parts that she needs. So while Pam is on the phone waiting on hold, that crane is costing her $1 million an hour. We felt like there had to be a better way, and so this is what we set out to solve. Gearflow is a one-stop shop built specifically for the construction industry, so Pam can quickly and easily buy the parts that she needs from suppliers that she trusts. In order to do this, we have to be different than a traditional marketplace. Gearflow is built around the concept of storefronts, so our suppliers, such as reliable aftermarket parts, and their storefront is shown here, can not only sell their parts online, but they can also build their brand as a business that they've worked so hard to build offline. By enabling suppliers to own their customer relationship through Gearflow, we actually become a core part of their business and not just another channel for them. And this is a huge distinction. It makes us actually the first of our kind in the industry. Suppliers like reliable aftermarket parts, their only options today are to build their own site, which is super difficult and expensive, or list on eBay, which isn't designed for the industry. We felt like there was a white space here that we had to target, and my partner and I set out to build a test site back in 2018 to prove that there is demand here. So that's what we did. At the end of 2018, we launched a bootstrap site with our savings, and it was as janky as you can imagine. And even with a 22-second load time, we received overwhelming demand from suppliers. We quickly got to 52,000 SKUs and over $400,000 in sales over the course of the year that it was live, until we tried to upload an additional 100,000 SKUs and it took our site down. It couldn't handle the volume of supply we were loading onto it, but this was actually a good problem. This proved two things for us that were really important. One, it proved that there was a clear demand for what we're building. But more surprisingly, two, our customers weren't just your do-it-yourselfers that had a dozer in their backyard that they needed a part for once a year. 70% of our customers that were coming to the site to buy were power buyer businesses. These are contractors, equipment repair shops, equipment rental companies, and distribution centers that buy parts on a regular basis to keep the equipment going that their business so heavily relies on. The reason that this is so exciting is that the power buyers that came back to our site had an average order value of over $1,900 and were ordering 4 times a quarter. So it became clear to us that we needed to raise money in order to form a core team and to build a scalable platform with the needs of these power buyers at the front of our mind. So that's what we did. We raised a total of $1.6 million as of January of this year. It came in on a rolling basis beyond the $1.1 million that we announced in October, and allowed us to re-platform as well as to form the core team that we believe is the formula for marketplace success. We have a combination of deep industry experience with both Luke and Sarah, having been in family businesses within the industry themselves. My background is in digital marketing for years prior to Gearflow, and we have a combination of engineering experience with Mike, Eric, and Michael that is required to build a scalable marketplace. Meanwhile, as we continue to get our new site where it needs to be, our pent-up demand from suppliers has grown a lot. This 11 plus million SKUs across 108 suppliers that we have live and in queue represents $500,000 in monthly revenue for us once we get the platform caught up. And this opportunity is right in front of us, but it's really just the beginning. Parts is simply the tip of the spear for us. Pam experiences the same pain when buying used equipment and renting equipment that she does in parts. So getting parts right first gains us a national customer base and SEO traction to grow into used equipment and equipment rental, which represents more localized supply. And given the times, the need for e-commerce has never been more urgent across all three of these supplier businesses as it is now. And we already have large partnerships teed up to scale equipment sales and rental when the time is right. So the way we make money today is with a 9.75% commission on all part sales through the site. And as we grow with the network effects that are beginning to establish, additional revenue channels easily layer on top without much added overhead. And that promotes really lean growth, which is something we're focusing on. The $150K from this contest would afford us an additional engineer to move even faster on the tech. And this helps us capture the opportunity that's right in front of us, just waiting for the tech to catch up. So why Gearflow? Why us? First, we're operating in a huge untapped market that is asking for a solution like ours, especially given the times with this pandemic and economy that we're in right now. We have a ton of pent-up demand, like I've talked about, and we now have a state-of-the-art tech stack and a one-of-a-kind team to execute and build upon. We truly believe that it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when this opportunity is captured. And we believe that Gearflow is the one to do it, and there is truly no better time than now. So with that, I want to thank you for the time, and thank you for allowing us to be a part of this VentureCat process.